I'm going to tell you something about the Charlie Kirk shooting that nobody has really brought up. When the shot is fired, you have a sound, and then you have the bullet traveling at 2,700 feet per second. These are two different numbers, and with those two numbers, I can give you the distance away the shooter was from Charlie Kirk. If you give me two readings, I can give you the angle the shot is taken at. And if you give me three, I can triangulate it exactly. And I can tell you this because I do earthquake sensors, and we use the same technology to determine the area and the magnitude of earthquakes. So we can tell exactly where the earthquake happened, because the earthquake tremors travel at the speed of sound. So I'm going to say stuff that's going to sound bizarre, but I'm telling you the math adds up. So you can do this yourself. If you have video of Charlie Kirk being shot and you see the impact, you can look at it and then see where the sound hits. And the sound should be 3 or 4 frames at 30 frames per second. If that's true, then that's about where the shooter is, 130 yards or 200 yards, but it should be strike and then sound. But it's not. It's almost instantaneous. So I'm telling you, there's something going on here that it doesn't meet the eye. I do this. I do expert witness in court, and I don't do hypotheticals. I only do objective reality, and I'm telling you, this doesn't make any sense, and this is stinking to high heaven. The other thing I would like to say is the wound isn't a entrance wound. It's a exit wound. And because on an entrance wound like that, you would have blood splatter everywhere at that high a velocity. If you ever watch the JFK, when it hits him, it's a mist of blood that goes everywhere. Those people be covered in blood. And I don't understand how it's doing. The blood doesn't even come out like an arterial hit. It just comes out like chunks. It's just bizarre. And I'm telling you, if the spooks are involved in this, may God have mercy on their souls, because this will bring the entire rotten facade down. Because there will be no mercy and no forgiveness on this crap. So take a look at the video, make comment, probably call me some names. Okay, I have it set up just before the shot. If you look right here, here's the sound wave for the shot. This I have no idea what it is, but it sounds almost like a second something. That I know is the shot. So if you click in here, if I go one frame at a time, look at the head. Don't. If you look at there, watch that's impact. That's the sound. It should be much later. The sound should get there. If you look, there's a second one right there. If you go back and play that in a loop, which I can, I go hit loop. So I can tell you that does not make any sense if the guy was 130 plus yards away. It should be, the impact should have hit, and then he should have gone down, and the time differential should have been about 4 frames, and that would be, here's where he got hit, so it should be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where you should have seen the bullet. Should have seen the sound, excuse me, because the speed of sound is slower than the traveling of a 2,700 feet per second bullet. So this is bizarre. Now you can look at the guy up there, and he's doing his little thing. That is the most bizarre thing. If you concentrate your video on that, that guy's sitting there, and it looks like he's triggering something, and it looks like it's basically his line of sight for his neck. So I don't think it's a gun, but it could be a device of some kind or something else going on. This is bizarre. So yeah, this is going to turn ugly, and there's just too many cameras on it. This isn't the Zapruder film. This is the Zapruder Film Festival. So yeah, there's too many eyeballs on this. So yeah, I can tell you that for a fact, and I could swear under oath on this one, there's no way that bullet came from 130 plus yards. Okay, here's a brief outline of what I'm talking about. First of all, the blood spatter. Why no blood spatter? Bullet traveling 2,700 feet per second. When it hits, it's going to make a plume of blood. Go back to the JFK and look at the impact there. It made a giant plume of blood. So I don't know. Then that doesn't make any sense. The other thing is the time the bullet travels. The bullet travels at 2,700 feet per second. Sound travels at 1,129 feet per second. So you're going to have a differential there. I made a chart up showing how many feet per second sound travels versus the bullet. So if you're at, say you're 150 feet away, the should be a 4-frame differential. So there should be a differential between the impact and the sound hitting. It shouldn't hit almost exactly the same time. Here are the calculations. You go to Grok and it'll tell you the same thing if you ask the right questions. So, it's not making any sense, but I can tell you that if they go to court with what they're trying to say, they're going to get their ass kicked. So, have fun.